Rockeyez would like to welcome Justin Zephaniah. Hey, man, what's up?
How are you doing today, man?
Very good, very good. I'm reading some background on the band lately and stuff like that. It started in 2005, right?
Actually, it's about 2004, 2005 it started.
Right. And you put out one CD, Stories from the Book of Metal, in 2008. And I've been reading reviews, actually. And, like, everything seems very positive. On a scale from 0 to 100, I see only 80s, 85, 89, stuff like that. So I guess it's really impressive. I didn't get a chance to hear it. But can you tell me anything about that album?
Well, it's our first album, so it's definitely our rawest, but for what we did in the about a week and a half that we had in the studio, we actually did fairly good. It was definitely produced as well as we could get it with our small budget. We ended up going over budget, and we had to cut a lot of the cool vocal stuff we wanted to do.
Right.
So, and from the little studio knowledge we had, we didn't really have the best, so we had some other guy produce it for us.
Right.
And but overall, it was everyone loved it. It was a sensation. Our CD release party was probably one of the biggest CD release parties of probably the last 5 years, and still now.
Right.
We had about 200 people there, which was surprising for what we had done.
Cool. Now,
stuff like that.
You're coming from Fort Wayne, Indiana. How's the music scene there?
It's definitely a different scene. It's it's like we always get everything about 5 years late. So everything that you guys ever thought were cool is now it was 5 years ago. That's what it's cool now, But everything's always late here.
Right.
So we don't, being into power and thrash metal, it's not a lot of bands. So here and there you get some cool ones, but
right.
It's very, very weird scene. You've got some bands that are trying to do the radio rock scene thing still, and then you've got some bands that are this type of death metal or this type of hardcore, and you don't really have much difference. You have few outlier bands, and I like to think that we were one of them.
Right. Now, in 2005, and, a little bit further, did you switch vocalists?
We actually switched vocalists for about a year.
Right.
Until we, broke up in, I think it was 2010.
Right.
And then, when we got back together, we got our original vocalist.
Right.
And our original bass player back. We had a lot of weird lineup changes.
Uh-huh.
When we first started, 2004, 2005, we had a buddy of mine that was singing vocals, and then he ended up wanting to, leave, so we got Logan. But we consider our original lineup the lineup of the Stories from the Book of Metal album. That's the lineup people recognize us by the most.
Right.
Because the earlier one, we were just starting out, young kids, barely out of high school, so...
Mm-hmm. Is, coming out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, rewarding in music for you guys?
Repeat that question again.
Is it like an everyday thing? You get to play music in the clubs and stuff like that? Or is it like, sporadic and stuff like that? Or do you have a regular, gig every night and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah. It's sporadic, but I'm a full-time musician, so I play in several different bands.
Right.
Like, I played out in New York. We went out there with Zeph on a tour in November, but I played out there with a band called Viking, which was over out of L.A.,
right.
But they moved here. It has the bass player from Dark Angel in it, Mike Gonzalez.
Cool. Very cool.
And I play with a band out of Cleveland called Vindicator, and then I do a 80s glam rock tribute called Cougar Hunter, as well as anybody that calls me up like, hey, play this gig for me, man, and this day. So I stay fairly busy, but the band, I would say, we play about, 2 to 4 times a month.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Or if we're touring, we play, we do a couple tours here and there and festivals, but I wish it was if I could play every week, that'd be great, but the Midwest is it's too much like a giant small town out here, so right. It's not like it's not like Fort Wayne, only has, I think like 300,000 people here anyway. And,
right.
And then, but, I've got Detroit, I've got Chicago, Toledo, Columbus, Ohio, Cleveland, Indy.
Right.
So we're constantly traveling back and forth. So we're like in that center point. So if we play in Fort Wayne, we can play all these other places too.
Cool, cool. Now, how do you describe your music? Because, like me listening to it today, a little bit thrash, a little bit progressive, heavy guitars. If you had to categorize the band in a certain genre, what would it be?
I would probably just say power thrash metal,
right.
Just so people could kind of get like, okay, they have big epic vocals and they're really fast and they shred.
Right.
We're very influenced by all kinds of different music, so we always like to throw in weird stuff in there. Super, just like, and especially some of our newer songs too, we're throwing some more classical and prog elements in there that makes it more interesting to the ears. And so when you pick up a Zeph album, you're not just getting a power thrash band, you're getting a power thrash band and then some.
Right.
So, and it's like, it's like, oh, here's another guy whipping out some more gamma ray riffs again, and here's a guy whipping out some more Slayer riffs again. You're not going to get that, you're going to get something new. It's going to take all those elements and make it into its own thing. And that's always what I've tried to do as a musician, too, is to make us, without taking away from the power and rawness, I want to make our sound an individual sound.
Right. Now, you're working on a new album for next year?
Yes, we are. Forged.
Uh-huh.
Right now, we're finishing up vocals right now. This one we actually got to take our time on.
Uh-huh.
We got to sit in the studio and tweak little things here and there. But we didn't want to take too much time with, over-tweaking. I wanted to keep that rawness. I'm listening to it now, and I want to do, guitar solos and stuff like that where I should have done, but I gotta go, that was good. I just been listening to it like 40 times over and over again.
Right. Wow.
So, but yeah, it's coming out next year. Reforged. Some old songs we recorded or played from our old lineup, and then we wrote some new ones too.
Cool. Give me your impression of each member of the band and what they bring to the band.
Okay, we got Logan Detweiler. He's the singer. He brings pretty much the catchy vocalist, lyrical element to the band, and he's extremely fun to watch live. He's a bigger guy, but he's very, very active. Tony, one of our newest members, is a guitar player. He plays around another band beneath it all, but he brings that element of, he can hold the rhythm and then he can shred at the same time. I play guitar. I think I do that same kind of thing, as well as, everyone's a songwriter, so we all bring in different ideas, but we all end up agreeing on what ideas are staying or not.
Right.
Our bass player, Ian, he wrote a couple songs on this album. I think we co-wrote one together, but he wrote one of them, and they're actually extremely solid. We actually play one live right now, and it's super, super fun to play, and people dig it a lot. And our drummer, Cody, also one of our newest members, he brings that extreme, he used to be a death metal drummer.
Right.
So, but he loves all kinds of music, and we're all good friends, and, we're all top musicians around our area, and people respect us on that level,
Right.
Even if they don't like our music, they're like, this is Zeth's playing, man. So if you want to see something that's fun, and, we all bring an element to the stage show as well, not just the recording and the writing process.
Cool.
So
Okay.
it's kind of hard to kind of determine what guy brings individually, because we all bring separate different things at different times.
Right. Do you feel that you need a label anymore?
In the aspect of distribution,
Right.
yes.
Right.
I would gladly have a label take care of all the costs and distribution for me. I would probably say it's better to have your own management that would actually take care of you if you find someone that can work with you and not be completely not take all your profits, but they get a percentage of all your profits.
Right.
it's tough to say, do you want a label or not, because it's a wild west in the business,
right.
music business right now. So it depends on the label, it depends on the management, it depends on the booking agent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow.
And all you can do is just right now we don't need one. We'd like one. We're shopping around for some distribution right now on the CD. We've got some people that are interested, but they want to hear the tracks first.
Right.
But right now, looking for a label to kind of get us around, and it's not on our top 10 list, but we're definitely thinking about it if it comes with a good deal. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think you can agree with me. You've met plenty of bands that have gotten crappy deals and have been turned off by the label aspect anymore.
Oh, definitely.
And there's good things labels can do, and there's bad things labels can do. It's like, you got to give a little to take a little.
True, definitely true. Cool. Well, Justin, it was really good talking to you, and congratulations on the band, and I'm looking forward to the new album, Reforged. Would you like to say anything to the fans out there?
Just check out Reforged when it comes out. We'll have a single. Get on our Facebook page. It's Zephaniah Metal, or you can just go to our website, which is zephaniahband.com. Check it out, man. It's if you're into power and thrash metal, man, you're gonna have a good time.
Cool.
Even if you're not, people are gonna be excited about our musicianship. So
great. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
Man, I'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.